Right now on the lineup, breaking news of raging fire ripping through a vacant church in West Philadelphia. We'll have a look at the massive response and damage.
Back on track, Septa's Chestnut Hill East line is now back open, but service is limited. The important change to be aware of if you're heading into Center City today.
It's a viral moment that went wild over the weekend. The NBC 10 team speaking to the family who was confronted by a woman after that catch right there. We're going to bring you more of the conversation you haven't heard just yet.
Those stories and more on today's edition of The Lineup. It is Monday, September 8th, 2025.
Hey everyone, I'm NBC 10's Keith Jones.
And I'm NBC 10's Erin Coleman. Let's get you up to speed with what you need to know today.
Following that breaking news, heavy flames destroying a vacant church in West Philly.
NBC 10's Katy Zachry gives us a look at the scene.
Philadelphia firefighters say around 3:30 Monday morning, this vacant church caught on fire about a few blocks away. A firehouse first got the call. Firefighters were able to get water on this fire, they say, almost immediately. Within 2 hours, this fire was under control. Now, in that time, though, they did have to evacuate several homes on this 56th Street. They were worried because of the smoke and the growing flames that the people inside would be in danger. Everyone was evacuated safely. Firefighters say they also had to cut power to much of this area, so some of the corner businesses and things like that might not open as normal Monday because power is still off.
It'll be a couple more hours, I would say, before we're comfortable restoring power. As long as we have these ladder companies up in the air and operating, we're going to leave the power off. But like I said, Red Cross is working with the displaced occupants, the affected occupants. If they need shelter, we'll provide that.
As we take a step down into the intersection of 56 and Market, you can see all of the fire trucks that are out here. About 75 firefighters were called. 30 fire trucks and apparatus were called to this scene. We're right under the Market Frankfurt line. The L is above. SEPTA did continue service on the L, but they said it was bypassing the 56th Street stop here because of all of the fire department activity. At this time, firefighters say they don't know what caused the church fire. They also tell us there were no injuries involved with it. Reporting from West Philadelphia, Katy Zachry, NBC 10 News.
Also breaking this morning, a man is in custody after he barricaded himself overnight in Septa's Overbrook station. All started just before 3 o'clock this morning. Lower Merion police, SWAT officers, Philly police, they all responded to this. SWAT officers led him away. About 45 minutes later, officials have not said why the man barricaded himself. No one was hurt. The Chestnut Hill East line is running again this morning after being closed for 3 months.
Yeah, SEPTA restored service on the regional rail line despite work still being done on several bridges along the route. SEPTA says the line will operate as a shuttle train service between Chestnut Hill East and Wayne Junction. Riders will need to transfer at Wayne Junction to get to Center City. The line has been shut down since June so crews could make repairs to 5 aging bridges. The Pennsylvania Senate is back in session today with the task of delivering a much-delayed budget. In the meantime, funding for SEPTA hangs in the balance.
That's right. On Friday, SEPTA requested to use nearly $400 million from the State Capital Assistance Fund to restore service. That came after a judge's order to halt SEPTA's cuts and roll back the cuts that had already begun. SEPTA is aiming to restore services on Sunday. A 21.5% fare increase will go into effect that same day. Be sure to count on NBC 10 to keep you updated on everything going on with SEPTA, including plans to restore service. Just scan the QR code on your screen to download the free NBC 10 app. You can set up breaking news alerts so that you are the first to know when your commute will go back to normal.
Parts of Montgomery County are still cleaning up from this weekend's storm damage. A family in West Conshohocken shared this video showing a tree that fell across the street, smashing their SUV and even damaging the outside of their home. They say it was still raining early yesterday morning when they heard a loud bang.
Oh, it's catastrophic. I mean, so thankful we weren't in it. Yeah. Especially with the 9-year-old daughter.
It's devastating, but at the same time, nobody was in it, nobody was hurt.
And that family says they've seen a number of trees come down in their neighborhood when it rains. Hey, happening today, students in Philadelphia can find the school that fits them best.
The school district is opening applications for its Find Your Fit school selection program. It allows students to choose up to 5 schools that they would like to attend, regardless of their zoning. Students can rank their options based on preference. Then the program compares each student's eligibility and open seats at the schools in the district to find the best match. Applications open at 4 o'clock.
Felt like super dad. I got the ball for him. You know, I could walk back and I'm walking like this and I put it in his glove.
A dad from our area teaches his kids a life lesson in a now viral moment from a Phillies game.
Yeah, this morning we're getting new insight about the family and about their experience. NBC 10's Brenna Weick has their story.
Oh boy, that's exactly what I said when I watched this unfold live. A lot of people watched it all happen, and it's got a lot of people talking, even more than just Phillies fans, talking about really etiquette inside of the ballpark. We spoke to the dad and son over the weekend about the now viral video. The family was at Friday's game against the Marlins in Florida. Drew felt well, ran a few seats away from his family to grab a homer. Harrison Bader belted to his section in the 4th inning. That's when a woman who still hasn't been identified came over and demanded the ball. Drew ended up handing it to her out of his son's glove. The New Jersey native said he wanted to set a good example for his kids, who he's raising as Phillies fans in Florida. He says he'd still like to have the ball back, but doesn't have much hope that could happen.
I may have said some inappropriate things in the heat of the moment at the game, some gestures. That's kind of ball game stuff, you know, from Philly. Sorry, that's Philly fan stuff. And she's from Philly, so she should have expected that too, because she was giving it right back. I wouldn't expect her to say some apology or anything. I'd be happy with the ball. That would be the main gesture.
Drew says if they got the ball back, they would hang it next to this locally made Victus sports bat Harrison Bader signed himself and gave to his son Lincoln on Friday night. There is a lot to sort through in this situation, and we have the full interview listed on NBC10.com and the free NBC 10 app if you'd like to hear it in full. Reporting from Citizens Bank Park, Brenna Weick, NBC 10 News.
All right, the sweet sound of music filled the Wanamaker building once again.
Opera Philadelphia made its debut performance inside the building alongside the world-renowned Wanamaker pipe organ. The event, called Meet Me at the Eagle, was put on for a sold-out crowd.
Everybody in Philadelphia has a story in Wanamaker's. Their uncle sold shoes here. They remember their first Christmas lying on the floor looking up at the light show. This is an emotional space for Philadelphia, and I want it to belong to the city and to the public.
The performance was the first of a series of shows that Opera Philadelphia will put on at the Wanamaker building. No word on when their next performance will be at the building. Happening today, Manny Young's Restaurant Week is back after being gone for 5 years.
Yeah, 20 restaurants will be offering special fixed price 2- and 3-course menus ranging from $15 to $45. Restaurant Week runs through Sunday. Look for a full list of participating spots on NBC10.com. More than 900 pets in our region found their forever homes this weekend during the grand finale of our Clear the Shelters campaign.
More than 80 animal rescues and shelters in our area have been waiving or reducing adoption fees for the past month, all with the goal of getting more animals in forever homes. Nearly 8,000 animals were adopted since the start of Clear the Shelters this year. The shelters also offered resources like pet food and medical supplies for those who adopted to make sure the animals are well taken care of in their new homes. Now, just because the campaign's over doesn't mean that you can't still help out. For more information on how to get involved and to see touching Clear the Shelters stories, just check out our website or the NBC 10 app and click Clear the Shelters.
I didn't realize on that full screen we got a turtle on there. That's great.
They've got
Turtles are pets too, man, you know? I wonder what the ratio of turtles to like cats and dogs is. You know?
It's very low.
Very low, right?
But almost all these shelters, they got bunnies, and sometimes
Totally.
they got pigs too. So
That's right.
pigs and birds. So
Yeah, so
you
open
never
up
know.
your home to something
to
more than a cat and a dog,
To
you know?
something. Hey, that does it for today's edition of The Lineup.
For Erin Coleman, I'm Keith Jones. You can get NBC 10 News updates right here on the NBC 10 app, and you can catch us weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. Have a great day.
See ya.